guys, welcome back to my Save the Cat series. Today we're heading into beat number 10, and that is Bad Guys Close In. If you've missed any of the other videos, I've created a playlist for you guys, so I would really love for you guys to go check that out. I recommend that you do watch the videos in order because the beats go in order leading up from Act 1, 2, and 3. And yeah, it'll make things a lot easier for you guys to follow through. If you have the book, follow along, not follow through. If you have the book, then I'm so glad you do, and this is just a refresher of everything we've read already. If you don't have the book and would like to get your copy, I've linked the Amazon page below for you guys to grab a copy. And when you get your book, come back and watch the videos. So watch the videos first. Either way, I'm having a lot of fun. As you guys know, this is my favorite book on writing, and I'm excited to share this this series with you guys. So let's jump into today's video. So what is the Bad Guys Close In beat? This is the moment where you're going to give your character a chance to rebound after the midpoint, which was a false defeat or a false victory, depending upon what you've written. This part of the novel, it goes between 50 and 75% of your book. It goes towards the middle of the second act, closer to the third act, and it's a multi-scene beat. As you probably already know or have figured out by now, the second act is the largest act in your story, and we've already handled the first part of the second act, and now we're heading into the second part of the second act, and it's probably another big part. Just like the first act was huge, this is another huge part of your novel. So when you think about Bad Guys Closing In, I want you to think about it in terms of your character's flaws. This is where your character's flaws that have been preventing them from learning their theme is going to really come into play now. It's going to be ramped up. That's why it's Bad Guys Closing In. The example that the author gives in Save the Cat is in, for example, in Me Before You, Louisa thinks that she's got a false victory. She has gotten Will to, you know, live up to his the life that he has, to not accept the life that he has, but to live better than he was living. She has a job. She is doing all the things that she really thinks is making a difference. So she's fixing the wrong thing because she's nowhere near to learning her theme yet. So at this point, the Bad Guys Closing In part in the novel is where instead of her changing her life, meaning living her life to the fullest and just changing things that she knows are not working, like her boyfriend, instead of breaking up with her boyfriend, she moves in with him. This is a way that the bad guys close in, right? She is, instead of moving away from her boyfriend and moving away from her predictable life and living the life that she is probably longing to live, instead of doing that, she is just settling. So that's a way that you can demonstrate the bad guys closing in your novel. So in a sense, this part of the novel is also going to be a little upside down, in that if in the midpoint it was a false defeat, you are going to now see them turn it around and make it a victory. If in the midpoint it was a false victory, now you're going to see them going downward. And whether your hero is heading into a downward path or an upward path, or whether there's literal bad guys chasing them or just bad things happening, there is one type of bad guy that is constant in every story, and that is the internal bad guy. And like I said before, this refers to your character's flaws. If you don't know what your character's flaws are, this is something that you should have done before you even started writing the novel. In the book, the author gives us a list of questions that we should ask ourselves about our characters, including the flaws. If you have not created the flaws for your character, I highly encourage you to do that before you even start it. But if you have not done it yet, this is definitely the time to do it. They have to be in conjunction with the theme that they're learning, with the thing that they are chasing. So you have to know your character's flaws. Without knowing your character's flaws, it is nearly impossible for you to write a strong story. So to recap, what is the Bad Guys beat all about? No matter what your character has done up until this point, those internal bad guys are making a mess out of their life, out of your character's life. They're messing with their psyche. They are not learning the theme. They're still going about fixing things the wrong way. And until your character learns how to fix things the right way, those internal bad guys are going to continue to mess with their relationship, with the job, with the health, whatever it is that your story is about. Those internal bad guys are going to lead your character to the lowest point of the novel, and that is where we're going to go next week in the All Is Lost beat. All right, you guys, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up, that you share it with all your writerly friends, and if you have not subscribed yet, make sure you do so on your way out. I will see you guys in a brand new video in a couple days. Until then, stay safe.